Hey y'all, it's Easter, and this year I'm hoping that the hard drive that contains the theme song from this channel will rise from the dead. Moment of silence. Hello friends and neighbors, welcome back to the Brownstone. My name is Rich Brown. Thank you for tuning in once again. Today I've got something pretty exciting. I want to talk about pentatonics, and specifically pentatonic pairs, because if we get these pairs happening, then it'll lead to an infinite number of amazing licks that you can play using the pentatonic scale, whether it's major or minor, and we'll get right into that. And I'll also demonstrate like how one of these exercises is a very commonly played lick that you can immediately incorporate into your playing. In fact, you hear it a lot being played by Jaco Pastorius. We'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, let me show you what's going on and how I'm thinking about this. This is probably a common exercise that you work on when it comes to pentatonic scales, but you might not think of it in this particular way. So here's how I'm thinking of it. If I take a G minor pentatonic volume, you all know the shape of that scale. So as I look at the makeup of that scale, a lot of the notes are landing on the 3rd and the 5th fret, and there's nothing happening on the 4th fret in between. So I'm going to think of that 4th fret as my dividing line, right? And when I do that, I can think of the notes on either side of that dividing line. So all of the notes before the 4th fret on the 3rd fret, I have these 4 notes: the root, the 4th, the minor 7th, and the minor 3rd above that. So G, C, F, and B flat. So if I look at those notes, I've got 4 notes there, which means using those notes, I can play 3 pairs parallel to each other. I can play the root and the 4th, or G to C. I can also play the 4th to the minor 7th, C to F, and then I can play F to B flat. So these are 3 pairs that I can play below my sort of dividing line of that 4th fret. And then above that, I've got the 6th fret of the E and then the 5th fret of everything else. So there's the minor 3rd, the 5th, the root, and the 4th, or the 11th. So I can do the same thing. I can divide this up into pairs, parallel pairs. So on the E and A string, I've got the 3rd and the 5th, the B flat and the D. Then the 5th up to the root, and then the root up to the 4th. So now I have 6 pairs of notes. And then I can play these notes in order, these pairs, I should say, in order, as they appear in the scale. So those are the 3 pairs that happen below the 4th fret. And then these are the 3 pairs that happen above the 4th fret. Now this is where things get super cool, because now I can turn this into an exercise where I use these pairs in different ways to create cool exercises that can also turn into great just bass licks that you can play when you're improvising. So the first thing would naturally be to just play the pairs in order as they appear in the scale. In other words, I'll play the first pair on the first note of the scale, and then I'll go to the second note of the scale, the B flat, and I'll play the next pair. And I'll keep doing that until I play all 6 pairs. So what I did there was I played each pair ascending. And there are 6 pairs again. See what's happening there? So that's one exercise. I can play the pairs ascending. I can also play the pairs descending. So if I have the root to the 4th, or G to C, then I can play the pair in reverse and go C down to G, and then play each consecutive pair in the same way. So moving up the scale, descending on each pair, that sounds like this. Pretty cool, right? So I can also descend the scale using whatever direction I want to play on the pairs. So if I start by playing ascending on each pair, then I want to do the same thing, ascending the pair but coming down the scale. Right? That becomes the exercise. Kind of cool, right? So that was playing the ascending pairs on the scale. Then I can play the descending pairs on the scale. So just playing the pairs in reverse. And then I come down the scale. So see what I'm doing there? I've got 6 pairs that make up the scale. First pair, second pair, third, fourth, fifth, and the 6th, right? I'll go through them slowly, just using the degrees of the notes of the scale. I've got the root to the 4th, minor 3rd to the 5th, 4th to the minor 7th, 5th to the octave, minor 7th up to the minor 3rd, and then the root to the 4th or the 11th. Those are my 6 pairs. Cool thing is, I can also do the same thing with the major pentatonic. So here, if I'm playing G minor pentatonic, I always think of that second note of my scale as the place to start my major pentatonic, because that is where the relative major is going to be, and thus I just end up playing the same scale. G minor pentatonic and B flat major pentatonic is the same scale. It's the same scale, right? So when I do the same thing with B flat major pentatonic, then I think of my dividing line in this particular case as the actual 6th fret, right? So anything below the 6th fret, I have the first note, the root on the 6th fret, and then everything else on the 5th fret. So then my pairs are the root to the 3rd to the 6th, the major 6th, and then the 6th up to the 9th. And then above my dividing line of the 6th fret, I have the 2nd to the 5th, the 5th to the root, and the root to the major 3rd. So then, those are my 6 pairs. And when I play those in order, I get this cool pattern. So playing the pairs ascending on the B flat major pentatonic scale sounds like this. And then I can come down same thing. Then I can play the pairs descending, moving up the scale. So just playing the pairs in reverse. And then the other thing I can do is I can alternate, right? Let's say I play the first pair ascending, and then I play the second pair descending. First pair is ascending, second pair is reversed. Third pair is ascending, fourth pair is reversed, fifth pair is ascending, sixth and final pair is reversed. Right? I have 6 pairs on the major pentatonic and I have 6 pairs on the minor pentatonic. So any exercise that I do on the major, I can then do on the minor. So that alternating series on the major can also be played on the minor. Right? Oh wait, I heard something in there. Did you hear that? That sequence starting from the octave, that's a very Jaco Pastorius sounding kind of lick. Right? That's all that is. Just alternating the pairs that we have worked out on the major pentatonic scale. So you see what's happening here? Each pentatonic scale has 6 parallel pairs. I'll call them parallel. Sometimes they break the rules a little bit, but that's okay. But this is how I'm thinking of it. So if I can divide the scale by some sort of midpoint or middle line, dividing line, then I can consider the 4 notes on either side of that line. Those 4 notes are going to create 3 pairs, and then those 3 pairs can then be put together. The 3 pairs on either side of the line can be put together and played in order to go through the scale. So any exercise that I played on a minor pentatonic can also be played in the same way on a major pentatonic. So when I consider the different ways to play through, I've got ascending on each pair, descending on each pair, and also alternating on each pair. And whatever alternating pattern I choose, I can reverse that pattern. In other words, if I play a pattern where I'm ascending the first pair and descending the second pair, when I go through the scale, I can work on that. And then the other thing is to reverse that pattern. So instead of playing ascending, descending, I can play descending, ascending, which gives me a different pattern altogether. Just beautiful patterns. I love that. And I think I'll leave it there. I hope that all makes sense. If not, you can get at me in the comments section. Let me know if this is all working for you. I think it will make for some really beautiful patterns and add some great vocabulary to your ever-expanding list of licks and melodies. So I'm going to leave it there for now. My friends and neighbors, I apologize for having no theme song this week, but thoughts and prayers for my dead hard drive. That's it, my friends. Hey, listen, if you like this video, do me a huge favor and click like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm so thankful for the 22,000 of you that have already subscribed. You can donate to the channel in one of 2 ways. You can join the channel for a mere $5 Canadian a month, or you can click the link in the description box that will send you to a page that will allow you to donate whatever amount you see fit. All of the above is greatly appreciated. And I thank you once again for tuning in and joining me here on the Brownstone. My name is Rich Brown. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with a theme song. Peace.